Welcome, flat cappers. We're here at the South Leeds Stadium. It's Hunslet versus Featherstone Rovers. Kick-off in 5 minutes or so. You're here with me, Connor Grace, and Ian Jefferson, the voice of the Millennium Stadium on match days, joining me up in the commentary box this evening. So in terms of team news, Paul Cook makes 2 changes. Connor Wynne comes into the outside backs. He replaces Leon Ruan, with Josh Hardcastle reverting to the back row. And on the bench, Nathan Wild comes in for Sita Akawala. Sita is out with a shoulder injury sustained late on against Barrow. So the team in full, it's Caleb Aekens at fullback, 3-quarter line of Gareth Gale, Connor Wynne, James Glover and Derell Alfort. It's Ryan Hampshire and Ben Reynolds continuing in the half. Will Jubb and Jimmy Beckett continue in the front row, with Hardcastle, Clay Webb and Danny Addy the skipper completing the 13. And on the bench for Paul Cook's men, Connor Jones, Pat Moran, Gadwin Springer and Nathan Wild. Robson Stevens is the 18th man for the Rovers. And now for Hunslet, the hosts, they've got Jimmy Watson, the veteran fullback. He's got the number 1 shirt. 3-quarter line of Kobe Nicol, Liam Wellen, Lloyd McEwen-Peters and Mackenzie Turner. It's Billy Jowett and Kobe Ruggless at halfback. Harvey Hallis, Mason Corbett and Keelan Foster in the front row, with Will Kirby, Ryan Hall and Matty Fletcher completing the 13. And on the bench, it's Jordan Syme, Brad Clavering, Ethan O'Hanlon and Sam Campbell. Ethan Wood is the 18th man, and Kyle Trout, he's the head coach for Hunslet, of course, following the departure of Dean Moore not so long since here at the South Leeds Stadium. So a big game for Rovers this evening to continue their momentum in the league. Jaffa, how do we see this evening going?
Yeah, it's going to be a big one, Connor. It's a big game for Fev today. Looking at the league tables earlier, and today a win takes us that extra point clear, obviously before any other games this weekend. But a loss today would put us right in the mix with somebody jumping above us potentially over the weekend. So we've got to be clinical today. It's a very hot one. The boys seem ready though, so fingers crossed, Connor. We're in for a good day here at Hunslet, hopefully.
Hey, the motivation's there, isn't it? After what Cookie said when I spoke to him midweek, if we lose, we're in on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. So if there's any reason to win a game, that surely it, isn't it?
It's funny actually. Just come off from the warm up, and one of the things I said as he went out down there, I just said to him, I said, hopefully you're not in on Sunday, Cookie. Hopefully you can have a lay in.
Fingers crossed we can enjoy our weekend after a win here at the South Leeds Stadium. This evening, in terms of team news, we've seen the teams. Connor Wynne back in the 3 quarters. And it's handy, isn't it, to have a player like Josh Hardcastle who can play centre and back row effortlessly.
Yeah, definitely great to have that type of player in the team. It's good to see Connor back as well, because obviously that injury at York, we were all worried that it could be a long time out. So it's good to see Connor back in, and it's interesting to see how he plays in that centre role as well. Maybe him and Gale swapping a little bit in that centre wing partnership probably.
Well, I speak to Connor quite regular. I'm pretty close to him, and he's been saying for a while he fancies a shot at playing centre. Well, he's got it tonight, hasn't he? We used to seeing him on that left wing scoring tries for fun. He's going to have to adapt his game slightly tonight, isn't he, in the centre? But he's a top player, isn't he? And I'm sure he'll do a job there.
Yeah, he will. And it's good to see Danny Addy have his 50th career appearance for Rovers today as well. So looking forward to Danny leading from the front in this heat. Obviously, it's going to be a day, hopefully, probably for the backs today rather than the forwards. The backs are going to have to come in and help the forwards out. It's going to be a hot afternoon out there, or evening, should I say, here at South Leeds Stadium.
Well, when you look at his bench, we've got Connor Jones, who will come on and create havoc. Will Jubb will do the tough stuff, won't he? Connor Jones will come on and speed things up. But then you've got 3 middles in Pat Moran, Gadwin Springer and Nathan Wild, who's pretty mobile in the middle of the park. So the rotation of those guys is going to be key to give King Vuniyayawa and Jimmy Beckett and Danny Addy that breather that they'll need.
100%, and they are going to need it in this heat, aren't they? So I think that's why he's gone with the 3 props on the bench to rotate, and that's where this game potentially could be won or lost. We played Hunslet just a month ago down at the Millennium Stadium, and of course it was a very close game.
So the teams are coming out. Hunslet are coming out to start with. Matty Fletcher leading Hunslet out.
It's good to see quite a lot of Rovers fans in the stand as well, Connor. They seem to have travelled in the numbers. They always do, don't they, and support the boys. So it's good to see a lot of Rovers fans here as well.
And I think the beauty of this stadium as well, Jaffa, is the fact that there's only one stand open, so it's a chance for the fans to congregate and create the atmosphere, isn't it? Whereas some other grounds, you don't get that that sort of atmosphere, do you? So hopefully they can roll the lads on to victory this evening. So just awaiting the Rovers. Danny Addy leads them out to a massive reception.
Playing in our away kit today. I think only the second or third time this year we've gone this shirt.
Yeah, it's a hot evening, isn't it, to wear black?
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking that myself.
That shirt's a bit tight on Connor Wynn, isn't it? Oh, somebody got the sizing wrong.
Love it, love it, love it. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. Hunslet kicking to Rovers then in this first half. If you know the stadium here, kicking towards Leeds City Centre.
Yep, thanks for joining us here on YouTube, on FRTV. Of course, it's a trial today, really. We are going to see how it goes, so please bear with us if there's any technical difficulties or anything like that. We're just doing our best to provide full match commentary for you guys that can't be with us tonight. So the referee is going to blow the whistle. I'm sure you heard that "Come on, Rovers" from Alan Widdowson just to our right. The game's underway. Rovers with the first touch of the ball. Gareth Gale fields it inside the in-goal area. Rovers playing left to right. Connor Wynn with his first touch.
The ribs look all right there, where he took that in.
He's fine, he's fine. Job at dummy half. Goes to King Vuniyayawa. Big performance from him in the middle last week.
Good that he's leaving players on the floor this early as well.
Job gives it to Addy. Takes Rovers past the 40-metre line, approaching halfway in this first set. Caleb Aekens comes in to take some pressure off the forwards. Rovers inside Hunslet's half. Good first set, Jaffa.
Definitely good first set. Good kick chase, hopefully here. Penn Hunslet in a corner to start with.
So Reynolds with the kick.
Great
James
shot.
Glover's there with a big hit straight away.
Great shot, great shot.
So Hunslet playing out from their own 10. More good aggressive defence there from the Rovers. Addy and Vuniyayawa were involved in that one, and James Glover as well. He's a player, Jaffa, isn't he? That there's no airs and graces with him. He's just tough, hard, and gives 100%, doesn't he? Yeah.
Out on the sleeve, just he turns up week in, week out, and he's always there, isn't he? He always seems to be there or thereabouts, in and around the play. Even as a centre comes in and helps the big lads out.
Always. So Hunslet with their first touch of the evening.
Good set in there, penned them in the 30.
Yeah, very good set. When you're keeping a team sort of inside their own 30, you can be happy with that. So the kick from Hunslet comes in. Aekens and Gale both leave it to each other. Thankfully, in the end, Caleb Aekens just catches it. So a little bit of confusion there, miscommunication from Gale and Aekens, but Rovers rescue possession. Here comes Gale.
Always good when Gale comes in on that first run, isn't he? He runs it like a forward, doesn't he?
He sure does, as does Alfort's on the next carry. So Rovers already approaching halfway on tackle 3. Jubb comes down the short side to Rocky Hampshire. Hampshire with a short pass to Hardcastle. I'm sure Hardcastle appreciated that pass from Hampshire. Smothered as soon as he caught the ball. Here comes Beckett. Been very, very consistent this year, Jimmy Beckett, hasn't he, Jaffa?
He has. He's been the heart and the soul, hasn't he? He's been there week in, week out. And he's just that workhorse, isn't it? Gives 100%.
So Hampshire's kick on the last is fumbled by Hunslet. And there's an opportunity here for the Rovers. The referee stops play.
Great hit.
Featherstone with a fresh set on Hunslet's line, Jaffa.
Great chase there by Connor Wynn, wasn't it? Putting the Hunslet catcher under pressure. We've gone to one corner in first set. Second set, gone to the other corner and forced an error already.
So a first chance to attack the Hunslet line for the Rovers. 3 minutes played, 0-0. In possession.
There we go. We've got one.
So Hampshire is going to feed the ball into the scrum.
Looks like Rovers set up on the left for a play.
It's going to go to Reynolds. It does. Reynolds goes out the back to Aekens. Featherstone have got the numbers. Caleb Aekens goes over. And is that the first try of the evening? Yes, it is. Caleb Aekens all the class in the world, chiming into the line from fullback, throwing the dummy and going over in that left corner. And Featherstone Rovers lead Hunslet here at the South Leeds Stadium by 4 points to 0, Ian Jefferson.
Yeah, great setup on it from the scrum. Pressure on the kick into the corner. Something what you've seen a lot of Paul Cook this year in that kick into the corner, turning teams round. Work there on the second set for Rovers. Under pressure, underneath the post, we had the scrum and a great set-up scrum play on the left edge, scoring on the first tackle. Great. Can't argue with that, can you?
And it's those little 1%ers, isn't it, where, you know, I'm not saying it's going to be quiet, but a lot of in the air, you know, that kick in the air, that they might not go full throttle at it. But when you do, you know, you can force the error. And that's the difference, isn't it? They could have caught the ball and marched 10 metres upfield, but the pressure was that good. It forced the error and we score from the resulting play.
That's right. It's all down to that kick pressure from Connor Wynn, isn't it? No kick pressure at there. They don't knock on. They keep the ball and bring it out. So great kick pressure by Connor Wynn. He'll love that, won't he? As his first little bit in the centre. But no, really, really good. Great effort into the corner.
So Ben Reynolds, he can kick a goal, can't he?
Oh, what a kick.
And he's kicked that one. Ben Reynolds makes it 6 points to 0 here. Early doors at the South Leeds Stadium. So Caleb Aekens with the try. Ben Reynolds with the conversion. So a 6-0 lead. Rovers scoring from their first attacking set.
Well, hopefully that's a sign of things to come, Connor. We don't want to take us foot off the gas. It's got to be a consistent game. Consistent. Go again.
So Ryan Hampshire traps a ball with his foot from the kickoff and gives it to Beckett. Jimmy Beckett, legs still pumping, takes the Rovers up to the 20-metre line. Job misses out Addy and goes to Gale. Still going, Gale. He's not going to be put to ground. Good work there from the Rovers wingman. Job away from dummy half, makes a couple more metres. Hampshire goes to Addy. Addy out the back to Reynolds. Reynolds shows it to one. He goes to Aekens. Here comes James Glover on the left edge, looking for a bit of space. Is Glover. Hunslet get men in the tackle to stop Glover in his tracks.
Stayed on his feet, though. He stayed on his feet.
He eventually plays the ball. Reynolds finds Addy.
Running with a lot of purpose tonight, aren't we? The boys look really up for it.
They sure do. Last play. Will Jubb goes left to Reynolds. Reynolds inside Hunslet's 30, puts boot to ball. Alfort is chasing after it.
Puts him in a corner.
It's a great place to turn the ball over, isn't it? Kobe Nickel there taking the ball in the corner for Hunslet. But they're going to have to travel 90 metres. More good aggressive defence there from the Rovers.
Oh, they've knocked on as well.
And the Forciera, great work there. Ben Reynolds patting King Vunny Ayawa on the back. Do you know Rovers Forciera.
Just about to say on that kick chase as well, Connor. King Vunny are there on the kick chase on the inside, because it's quite easy, isn't it, when you're a big lad to not chase that kick, but and that's when you have your little rest. But he chased that last kick down, and I'm sorry if he's running at me, I'm jumping out of the way.
100%. But do you know what? With the players we've got on the bench, the personnel, there's no reason for him not to do that. You know, give everything you've got while you're on the pitch, and then we'll start to see Gadwin come on, Nathan Wild come on, Pat Moran come on to give him a breather. So Rovers on the attack again. James Glover gets on the outside of his man, looking to go round the outside of Kobe Nickel. Is brought down inside. Hunslet's 10 and it's a knock-on. So Rovers cough up possession on the first play.
It looked like we had a play set up on the right there, and Jubby went left on the back of the scrum. But credit to Hunslet, great defence, and they get the ball back.
And it's a sigh of relief for them, isn't it, to force the error, because you know they're looking at the way the game's going, and they just can't get out with their own end, can they? So this error from the Rovers is a real sigh of relief for them.
Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. And this one here, now the Rovers look big in D, and that's what we've got to look for now.
So Hunslet bringing it out from deep. Gareth Gale in off his wing to do some defensive work.
Great defence, boys. Look at that, pushing them back.
Numbers in the tackle, aggression. That's what we want to see. So Hunslet still inside their own 20.
controlling on the play of the ball. That's fantastic.
Mason
defence as
Corbett
well.
at dummy half. Keelan Foster is tackled. It's a kick on the last play. It's a scruffy one across the floor. Gareth Gale catches it 40 metres from his own line. And Rovers are going to start this set close to halfway, which is a great place to start your set, Jaffa.
That's where you want to turn the ball over, isn't it? I think he did scuff the kick. I think he was looking for a 40-20, but scuffed the kick. But that's in Rovers' favour now, and we're back already in the Hunslet half.
We are. Connor Wynn is tackled on halfway. So Jubb goes left to Addy. Addy hands it on to Vuniyayawa. Vuniyayawa's tackled, 40 out. Jubb is scanning left. He goes left to Reynolds. Reynolds left foot step, taking on the defensive line. Hunslet hold firm. Addy at first receiver shows it to Vuniyayawa. He's got Aekens with him. Here comes Hampshire. Hampshire with a cutout pass. Him and Gareth Gale not quite on the same wavelength. It went in front of the wingman and into touch. So
that was one of them. If he takes it, he's in, isn't he?
He's
in the corner.
It's just the execution and timing there, isn't it? The idea's right. We've stripped him for numbers. Hampshire knows what he needs to do. It's just that execution that was just a little bit off there.
That's right. It's just that skill level, isn't it? Making sure you're in the right place at the right time. And unfortunately, there for Rovers, that wasn't the case. But straight away in D, first point, defensive set, and we're pushing them back again.
So you're listening to FRTV Live here at the South Leeds Stadium. Featherstone Rovers leading Hunslet by 6 points to 0. That try from Caleb Aekens, converted by Ben Reynolds, is a difference so far. Hunslet, I don't think they've been out of their own half yet, have they, Jaffa?
No. Just
10 minutes in.
Just the kicks, isn't it? That's it.
So Rugless goes out the back. It's a loose pass. It's caught by Mackenzie Turner. And Turner running across the line. It's a good tackle there from Ben Reynolds round the legs.
Of course, Rugless has just come back from his loan spell at Salford, hasn't he? So interesting to see how he goes tonight.
Very much so. I think predominantly a hooker playing in the halves today with Billy Jowett. Lee Gaskell, he's missing for Hunslet. All the experience in the world that he's got. Lee Gaskell played in grand finals at the highest level in Super League. Not available for Hunslet this evening.
As you said at the beginning, though, Hunslet, you've got to be careful with a team like Hunslet because they've got nothing to lose. And today, just like they did last week, they give Bradford a game, doesn't they? Right to the end. So we've got to be on the ball.
Absolutely, and a better end to the set there from Hunslet on the last set, pinning Rovers deep inside their own 10. So Alfort is trying to bring it out. Here comes Clay Webb now taking.
Do you know what? He's been outstanding.
Rovers
this year,
up to the 40-metre line. Clay Webb, a mainstay in that back row for the Rovers. Addy with a short pass to Beckett, right at the line. Beckett turned in a tackle, forced onto his back. But Rovers inside Hunslet's half again. Addy at first receiver. Just goes himself this time, beats the challenge.
Great offload
of Mason Corbett. The offload there to Reynolds. Reynolds is going for a line. Ben Reynolds is going to score. Is he going to score? Oh, he's shot.
Great tackle, last-ditch effort.
Terrific. There's got to be a penalty there. Yeah, there is. Just interference there at the ruck to stop Hampshire
Jimmy
going
Watson
over.
At fullback there, showing all his years, wasn't he? Getting that.
He sure was.
Keeping him out there, but
the offload,
try, didn't it?
The offload from Addy. Reynolds going inches away from scoring, and then Hunslet penalised from the resulting play the ball. The referee wants a word with the Rovers skipper, Danny Addy.
It's a water break. I can't see anybody down. The watermen are on. I don't know if I'm saying it is over 30 degrees here at the South Leeds Stadium. We've only gone 12 minutes. Seems we're having a water break.
Do we get a water break, Jaffa? Can someone bring us some water?
Is that all you want, though, Connor?
We don't need it. Here comes Vuniyayawa. We're back underway. Jubb from the penalty taps the ball, and the big front row forward drives it in. Reynolds, centre field, goes to his Hampshire, his halfback partner. Aekens again chiming into the line. He's tackled inside Hunslet's 10. Win at the play the ball. Passes to Hampshire. Hampshire scanning the line. Reynolds.
Great line.
Shows it to 2. Still going Ben Reynolds. Finds Alfort. He's got to finish in the corner. He does. Derell Alfort finishes in the corner.
Good
and
finish.
Rovers get the second try of the evening. A good finish by Derell Alfort. And Featherstone Rovers lead by 10 points to 0, Ian Jefferson.
Yeah, he took his try well there, didn't he, Connor? He didn't have much room. He had to finish that off. Didn't have much room in the corner on the left edge, but great work, great setup play by Reynolds, taking on the line, and a great ball into the corner for Alfort's to finish. Do you know what? If you're a winger like Alfort's though, or any of our wingers, Connor Wynn, Gareth Gale, to have the service of Ben Reynolds and Rocky Hampshire, you must think, yeah, I've got some tries coming this year.
I was just going to say, they looked like they had so much time on the ball. When Hampshire went in at first receiver and then popped it out the back to Reynolds, Reynolds had time to show it to two other players. They just sort of, they just did it at a canter, didn't they?
Yeah, he had the time, he had the space, and he took the time and he took the space, and Alfort's finished well in the corner.
So 10 points to 0, Rovers lead Hunslet here at the South Leeds Stadium. Ben Reynolds again on that far side. Doesn't get much easier for him in terms of conversion attempts. So he's taking it 20 metres back as Reynolds. There's not much wind in the air, is there? So if he gets it right,
there's no air at all here.
Should go over. Well, certainly not in this box that we're in.
yeah, there's not much air at all. It's very warm.
So Reynolds, right-footed. He's just dragged it.
Just short. A few boos from the fans.
So 10 points to 0 to the Rovers. Try from Caleb Aekens and then Derell Alfort, the latest try scorer. 14 and a half minutes played here.
Back underway.
And Gale takes a kick off and then Rovers playing out from deep. Hampshire gives it to Wynn. Connor Wynn finds his front. Job at dummy half. Gives it to Addy. Addy again runs up the line.
A lot Addy tonight.
He is. He's running pretty well. Yeah. Here's Beckett.
Great stint back the forwards this first. They're definitely winning that battle up the middle, aren't they?
Certainly laying the platform well. Jubb, dummies right, goes left to Reynolds, who puts a little kick in behind. It's going to find touch, I think. Oh no, it hangs in the field of play. Jimmy Watson has to turn and take the ball, and Rovers are there to meet him, so he's got to bring it out from just 2 metres from his own line.
Yeah, we said it right at the start, didn't we? We talked about Rovers putting teams into corners, and we've done it again there with a great kick into the corner. And once again, great centre play, chasing up Glover on that left edge. So looking good for Rovers.
Absolutely. Will Jubb there. Good defence from him. We've become accustomed to that in 2025, haven't we? He might not be the most flashiest player, Will Jubb, but what he does do is he tackles hard.
Do you know, I think that's one of the things and one of the keys to this Rovers team this year, especially in recent weeks, as we run up to Wembley and then after Wembley. The togetherness of the boys and the team, the work ethic for each other, is just it's there to be seen, isn't it?
Absolutely. So good defence here from the Rovers. It's the last tackle for Hunslet, and they're still inside. Well, they're kicking from
20 out.
Just past the 20-metre line.
Big kick, though.
It's a great kick. It turns Caleb Aekens round.
Yeah, that's a tough set for Hunslet there, but what a kick. Takes them right up the field, but Rovers attacking straight from the off here.
Aekens drops it off to Glover. Rovers on the first play on the 40, and now Clay Webb comes in for a drive himself. Tackled there by Keelan Foster. Jubb gives it to Hampshire, who then passes it to Gale, and Gale takes Rovers past halfway. So immediately after 3 plays, Rovers inside Hunslet's half. Here comes Reynolds at the line, short pass to Vunny Ayawa.
Penalty.
Hunslet offside, so
I was just about to say,
the Rovers.
The line speed of Hunslet's not great. They're not coming up and meeting Rovers, which people like Reynolds and your Hampshires and Addy, that's why they're going direct, because they're having a field day with that at the moment.
I suppose it's hard though, isn't it, to sustain that line speed when you're constantly defending like they have done so far. Yeah. Will Jubb miss out pass to Reynolds. Reynolds finds Hampshire. Hampshire out the back to Aekens. Aekens finds Glover. Glover gets on the outside. He's running out of room. He's tackled a metre or so in from touch. Alfort's. Hampshire finds Vunny Ayawa.
He's trying to get on that that score sheet again. He's king, isn't he?
He just takes a settler this time. Inside Hunslet's 10. Jubb. Short pass to Beckett. Beckett looks to crash over. That's good defence there from Keelan Foster. He gets the offload away. It's judged to have gone forward, so it's a knock on.
I think Cookie will be a little bit disappointed there because he's a big believer in you build your pressure, and not try and score off every set. And Rovers looked like they were getting a little bit try-envy there, wanting to get over the line.
Yep, a little bit giddy there. Coughing up possession inside Hunslet's 10-metre line. If you're just tuning in here on FRTV, Rovers are leading by 10 points to 0 against Hunslet at the South Leeds Stadium. Caleb Aekens and Derell Alfort with the tries. Rovers are now having to do some defending, but it's good defence led by Connor Wynn.
Back, isn't it?
Hunslet bringing it out from their own 10. Addy and Beckett involved in that tackle. Good work there from the two big men in the middle. Hunslet going down the short side. Hampshire and Wynn involved in that tackle there.
Yeah, just coming up 19 minutes into the game. Looks like Rovers just been sending a couple of players out to warm up as well. So, as you say, I think that's part of that rotation, isn't it? Gadwin looks like he'll be getting ready in a couple of minutes.
Well, Connor Jones has just paced up and down in front of us. I think, this sort of game and the heat and the way the game's panning out is perfect for him to come on and do his bit in the middle of the park.
Kick from their own 20.
Gareth Gale underneath it, catches it 20 metres from his own line and has a free run of 20 metres before he meets Hunslet defence. Hampshire gives it to Alforts on the charge. Alforts with a short pass to Glover, who's nearly had his head taken off. Thankfully, he's all right, gets straight back to his feet, but nonetheless, Rovers get a penalty on halfway for a head-high tackle.
Yeah, I know there was a few disciplinary issues last week, wasn't there, in the Hunslet game I've been reading in the week. So, I think, again, when you're defending, though, like that all the time, constantly in this heat, you can't go, players are going to make mistakes, but I think realistically, that one there was a free shot. He just whacked him, didn't he?
He sure did, yeah. He sure did.
He's up, though. Looks all right. That's
he's fine.
For 10, though.
He's a tough one, is James Glover. 10 minutes for the Hunslet man.
Must be direct contact with the head, I think, is the official phrase, is it not?
Not quite sure who it is it was over on that far side, so please excuse us for the time being.
I think it's Nickel.
Perhaps Kobe Nickel.
There we go, Gadwin's on. Gadwin for King.
So Hunslet down to 12 men for the time being. Hampshire puts the ball into touch. So Rovers start this set 20 out. Reynolds gives it to Hampshire. Gadwin Springer's first touch of the ball. Running at the Hunslet line.
Takes 3 men to take him down.
Jubb fires a pass to Beckett. Beckett passes to Addy. Addy turning in the tackle, looking for the offload. He's wrapped up on this occasion. Jubb goes left to Reynolds. Reynolds to Aekens. Aekens with a dummy. Alforts with the try. Again, Rovers points coming down that left-hand side. Reynolds and Aekens linking up. And Alforts finishing for his second try of the game. That was well worked, wasn't it, Jaffa?
Yeah, the really pleasing thing there as well was, of course, that's the wing what's just been sin-binned for Hunslet. So Kobe Nickel got sin-binned, and Rovers on the first attack just used that space, didn't they? And to be fair, they had all the room in the world. That's probably one of the easiest walking tries Derell's ever had there.
It was. I was a bit unsure whether Aekens was going to dummy at first because it just opened up that much, didn't it? He could have gone himself, but he passed it to Alforts, and Alforts gets his second try.
Yeah, plenty of space there on that left edge. 14-0 after 22 minutes.
So Reynolds again over on that far touchline side with a conversion attempt.
Can't blame the sun, that's the other side. So if he misses this one as well.
I fancy him to kick this one.
Is that your money on? Is your money on him going over?
He doesn't miss many, does Ben Reynolds. It's very rare he misses 2 on the spin. Although I've probably just jinxed him now.
Yeah.
So Rovers leading 14 points to 0. Caleb Aekens with the first try. Derell Alfort's now with a brace. 1 goal from Reynolds. Will it be 2?
Here we go.
He steps up, right-footed.
Looks good from this angle.
Oh, he's missed it again. I
Touch
did
judges aren't
jinx
happy
him.
with that angle. From our angle, it looked good, but from touch judges weren't.
Certainly did jinx him. So the referee stopped the clock, and I think now is going to be the official water break. So at the just past the midway point of the first half. So both sets of players getting some water into their systems. They need it on this evening, don't they, Jaffa?
Definitely. It's what, 30 degrees down pitch side, and it's a very hot day. It's been a hot day all along, hasn't it? We were hoping for a nice air-conditioned box, Connor, but we've Hunslet's hospitality has been great here, but not quite air-conditioning.
Yep, big shout-out to the team at Hunslet. Very accommodating, allowing us to go into this box with a table and power. Not all clubs are as helpful as that.
No, definitely not. But yeah, the game, going back to it, Rovers seem to be up for it. They seem to be in the ascendancy. This little break actually probably comes at a great time for Hunslet, doesn't it? Just going 40, Fev just going 14-0 up, and a very dominant display. We don't seem to have looked left yet, do we? It's all been looking right, which is great for us.
Well, Hunslet haven't had the ball inside the Rovers half in 20 minutes of this first half. And when you're not getting the ball in those positions, you're not going to score points, are you, Jaffa?
No, definitely not. I think the furthest they've been away from their line is that attempted 40-20 kick, what he scuffed. So I think that's the only time I've seen the ball in the hands of Hunslet. And as you say, it's been in their own half. But
we're back underway. Billy
Jowett here we go.
Puts the kick-off in the air. Hampshire is underneath it. Gives it to Gadwin Springer. Springer runs hard.
You like that.
He runs very hard and he's still going. Eventually brought to ground 25 metres from his own line. Jubb gives it to Addy, who's been tireless in this first half. He's got through plenty of work as Danny Addy. And I thought he was very good last week as well, Jaffa.
He was, yeah, definitely. Especially putting that ball when Clay Webb scored on that left edge last week against Barra. Seemed to have talking to Clay Webb. Here he goes. Look.
He's on the charges, Clay Webb. Tackle just past halfway.
Again, dominating that play, though, staying up on your feet. Makes a quicker play, the ball,
Hampshire runs himself. Harvey Alice involved in that tackle, along with Will Kirby. Rovers are 30 out. Addy Reynolds shows it to Webb and then gives it to Glover. Glover spins off one tackle.
I think we should start calling that the Glover spin. He seems to do that quite a lot, doesn't he?
He loves it, doesn't
spins
he?
out of tackles.
Reynolds, last tackle. Rovers are playing here. Hampshire gets wrapped up and then throws a massive pass out wide. One. Yeah, a little bit wild, scrappy. Didn't need to do that. So Rovers cough up possession. Hunslet get it 20 metres from their own line.
Yeah, again, it's one of those trying to score every time, isn't it? Instead of just ticking off the and that completion. But again, I suppose when you're 14-0 up after 24 minutes.
Oh, it's a monster hit, that.
You do want to play, don't you? Here to play rugby.
Clay Webb with a monster hit, finished off by Danny Addy.
He got up very loosely there, didn't he?
Yeah, Billy Jowett, normally a centre by trade. He's playing in the halves due to Hunslet's injury crisis in that position. But they're attacking now as they approach halfway. Watson into the line.
First time.
Good tackle there from Connor Wynne, forcing the error. So the first time that Hunslet enter Featherstone's half, Lloyd McEwen Peters coffers up possession. So Rovers get a scrum just a couple of metres away from halfway.
Good there though. Communication in defence for Rovers. That's the thing that's let us down a couple of times this year. That communication in defence on the edges, but some great communication there between Gale and Wynne, forcing that knock on, Connor. So Rovers get the ball back on halfway, and hopefully, looks like we've got something set up on the left again.
Looks like we have Reynolds dictating play.
Just like another sub coming on for Rovers as well.
Pat Moran ready to come on from the bench. Job finds Reynolds from the scrum. Glover hands off one, steps in field.
Looks like Danny Addy's having a rest.
Well-earned rest as well. He's been brilliant as Addy in the opening 25 minutes or so here. Aekens goes down the short side, then comes back to the open side. Beckett then drops it off to Gadwin Springer.
Keep going, good lad, great run. That after contact meters there were great.
Always good for them is Springer. Hampshire to Aekens. Aekens with a loose pass, a little bit wild, eventually caught by Gareth Gale, who's tackled 20 metres.
Did well to keep that in.
Away from the Hunslet line. Win finds Hampshire. Hampshire, first touch for Morani, then pops it off to Beckett. Jubb at dummy half, assessing his options. He goes to Reynolds. This is the danger side on this left-hand side. Hampshire to Webb. Alfort is going to go in for his hat-trick. It's the first half hat-trick from Derell Alfort. And Rovers lead by 18 points to 0.
18-0 and a 26-minute hat-trick. I'm sure they'll be happy with that one.
Well, they can catch this evening, can't he, Jaffa? And I'm not saying that as a dig to Derell Alfort. It was just some comments on Facebook not so long since.
Yeah.
But he's worked hard. He's got himself back into the team. And he had a decent game last week, and he's definitely started well this evening as Alfort's. And he's crossed for a first half hat-trick. So Rovers lead by 18 points to 0 with a Ben Reynolds kick to come.
I think Cookie said in the interviews last week and with yours this week, now we've got competition for places. People like Derell, people like Connor, Gareth Gale, they're not a dead cert each week in the team. So he's got to, the guys have got to perform to get that shirt now, which is a great place to be as a coach. It's hard decisions sometimes, but it's a great place to be, isn't it? Talking of Cookie, is pulling the, is that the right edge? Having a chat with the right edge?
Yep, Hardcastle, Wynn, Hampshire, and of course Aekens, who chimes from left to right as a fullback.
Using the space on the left again, where the guy's still in the sin bin. That's it's great game management, that, isn't it?
It sure is. Reynolds has missed this one again, so he's having an off day with the boot, just as I was saying that he's a top kicker and he never misses more than one.
Definitely commentator's curse. I know we said we had some technical difficulties, or we might have technical difficulties, but not on the kicking front.
Ben Reynolds has got technical difficulties with his right boot. Rovers lead 18 points to 0.
Rovers bouncing out there. They're bouncing. The players, they all want a bit of it.
Sure, that's a great kickoff. Well taken, Josh Hardcastle.
But what that kickoff's done though straight away is put them under pressure, isn't it? Because Rovers are going to be in the half on tackle 1 and 2. So it's a great idea to have a short kickoff. And again, like we said earlier, what you got to lose, it could have bounced the right way, but
it could have done.
Put themselves straight under pressure again.
And a lot of times you do see it take a wicked bounce and over the head of the player, Hardcastle in that case. But he did well to take it. Rovers on halfway. Immediately, Jubb going to Reynolds. Here comes Glover, releasing Alfort. He wants number 4, does Alfort. He passes in field to Reynolds. Reynolds runs for the line, gives it to Clay Webb. It's a great tackle from Jimmy Watson. Outstanding tackle there to deny a certain try. But Rovers still on the front foot. Reynolds slides a kick in behind. It's being chased by Hardcastle and Wynn. It's not dead there from Mackenzie Turner. And Rovers get a repeat set goal line dropout, Jaffa.
Yeah. I think overall, like I say, from that kickoff, they put themselves straight under pressure. Did Hunslet, but I get they're trying to do something different, trying to put Rovers off the game. But tackle 3, great on the left edge again, getting through that gap. Alfort's down the side, and it's great to see that he didn't just try and go for the corner, because we've done that before and it's got tackled into touch, haven't we? So good to see, great effort, but. We've back under pressure. Good dropout though.
Yeah, 55 metres. Gareth Gale catches it and gives it to Springer. Springer just charges up the middle. He's going for the line. He's just trying to go around Jimmy Watson. Great tackle again from Watson. Hampshire to Aekens. Moran up the middle, settles it up. Gadwin Springer on the charge.
I don't think I've ever seen Gadwin do that.
Jubb to Hampshire. Hampshire steps off his right foot, going for the line, Ryan Hampshire. It's a good tackle there from Harvey Hallis.
Yeah, got underneath the ball, didn't he?
Great tackle from Hallis to stop Ryan Hampshire crossing.
I tell you something, that's one of those breaks what Gadwin made there. He's going to tell everyone that he runs 70 metres, even though it was only really 20 or 30, but we'll give him it.
Great run from Springer, making an impact from the bench. Here comes Moran to Reynolds. Reynolds with a short pass this time to Glover.
Space out on that left again.
Yeah, that left-hand side is a go-to side, isn't it, at the minute? Moran Gives it to Springer again.
Oh,
Springer
great
with the
offload.
offload to Moran. Moran going for the line. Last tackle. Jubb goes right to Hampshire. Hampshire with a long pass to Gareth Gale. Gareth Gale's going to finish in the corner. He does. Left hand fend. Right hand finish in the corner from Gareth Gale. And Rovers go back to back. And they now lead Hunslet by 22 points to 0. Gareth Gale getting in on the act. Dominance from the Rovers, Jaffa.
Oh, 100%. And that it's everything left. Come to this right edge. And interesting to see what Cookie did say to them on the right edge, because whatever it said, I'm sure he'll claim that it's worked, because Gaz Gale's now gone in on the right edge. And it's one of those Superman tries, isn't it? Makes it look great, makes it look spectacular. Yeah, great fend, great try.
Strong man is Gaz Gale. He sure is. But yeah, nice pass from Ryan Hampshire. Cut out 2 players.
Roofer by trade, eh? Roofer by trade. He's going to have to be a strong man.
He sure is. So Ben Reynolds now has a conversion attempt from the other side, the closest side to us. But it's still not easy for him. It's on the touchline side again.
I was just thinking earlier, Connor, coming into next week, obviously a big game for Rovers at in the south of France next week. This weather actually probably is a good way of getting us stuff ready for that.
It's a good warm-up for it. It sure is. Always hot in the south of France at this time of year. So Ben Reynolds right on this touchline side. He's missed another. Shake of the head there from Ben Reynolds.
You can see Rocky Hampshire getting that kick into you in a minute, can't you?
He's not had any easy ones.
They've
all been on the touchline. But he's 1 from 5, isn't he? And that's unheard of. His kicking percentage has taken a dramatic drop this evening. And it will annoy him, that, knowing Ben as I do, it will annoy him. He might end up saying to Rocky, "Hey, Rocky, you kick, I've had enough."
And that try, Connor, means...
it's an error.
Gaz Gale just needs 6 more points to get 350 career points and 350 for Fev.
That's decent, that. Decent
big
starts there from Gaz Gale. Prolific.
Kickoff and we've knocked on.
Yeah, Ryan Hampshire from the kickoff. Just fumbling that one. It was a good restart, actually. Swirling kick.
So let's see what the Rovers goal line D's like. This is the first time it's been tested.
Hunslet with the scrum. 15 out, centre field. It's a loose pass from the scrum. Caught by Jowett.
First time in the Rovers 10, 34 minutes into the game.
They look like they've got something on here. But they go up the middle. Jordan Syme. He's tackled a metre short of the line. Rovers defence standing firm. Long pass to Jowett. Jowett finds Ruggles. Ruggles with a short pass there to Will Kirby. Kirby tackled. 5 metres out. Matty Fletcher just settles it near the post. Rovers looking comfortable.
Someone going right.
Again, looking for the barge over. Ethan O'Hanlon this time. Not asking too many questions of the Rovers' defence in this set, Hunslet. They go down the short side to Jowett. Jowett with a chip kick.
Good take by Alfort.
Great take from Derell Alfort. Jump from inside the field of play. Took it inside the in-goal area. So he's tackled just a metre short of his own line. Rovers playing out from deep.
Double sub for Rovers.
Connor Jones and Nathan Wild coming on for Jimmy Beckett and Will Jubb. So Jones will speed things up at the play of the ball. Nathan Wild, a grafter, comes on in the middle of the park. He'll do all the dirty work.
Good to see Wild back in the team as well, isn't it? He had a few weeks out, and it's nice to see him back playing strong.
He's a solid player. Hampshire, he's going to kick early.
It's like a 40-20, does that?
It's going to be a 40-20.
It is a great kick.
That's a peach of a kick, that from Ryan Hampshire. It's more like a 30-10, isn't it? Great kick.
I'll tell you something, when the first bit of pressure on the Rovers line to come away and get a 40-20 straight away, Hunslet must think, what we got to do today?
Smart play from Hampshire. Here comes Reynolds. Short pass to Webb. Webb tackled 10 out. Jones gives it to Moran. Moran fumbles the ball, a knock on.
That's a basic skill error, that
It
isn't
is. It is. The pass looked like it was just a little too long, and Moran never looked comfortable taking that ball. So Rovers cough up possession. Hunslet get it back 10 metres from their own line.
It's certainly a bit of a damn squid that was, wasn't it, after a great 40-20. And Rovers then just coughing up possession. But Hunslet having to come out from their own line again. Luckily it's in their 10 and not our 10.
So Rovers leading 22 points to 0. Could have been more. Reynolds only 1 from 5 with the boot.
Ethan O'Hanlon again. Great.
Ethan O'Hanlon, yeah, good
great
work.
Drive. Looks like he's been brought on to shore up that middle area.
Sam Campbell now with the drive. Look forward that pass.
Nope.
They've not done anyway, and it's caught by Pat Moran on halfway. So Rovers back in possession.
Very frustrating for Hunslet there.
It is. When
Billy Jowett there, not very happy with his forwards.
When you've done so much defending, when you get the ball, as a bare minimum, you've got to get to the end of the set and put a kick in, haven't you? So Reynolds shows it to Webber, then gives it to Aekens on the inside. He's tackled. 35 out. Hampshire shows it to Moran. Reynolds with a miss-out pass. Connor Wynn catches it, but is immediately met there by Mackenzie Turner. Wynn looked for the offload. It was eventually tackled. Jones to Reynolds, just pops it in field. No look pass there to Pat Moran.
He'll be glad to get his hands back on the ball after that really very soft error that he made in that last set.
Jones to Hampshire. Hampshire throws a dummy. He's tackled there.
And a lot of space, isn't he?
By
a lot
Will
of space.
Kirby.
Going left, I think.
Jones, long pass to Reynolds. Reynolds with a kick across. It's a great take there. But Rovers' defence is on point. James Glover and Derell Alfort's forcing Hunslet inside their own in-goal area, so it's going to be a goal line dropout. And more Rovers pressure coming before the break, Jaffa.
Yeah, 100%. And the great kick, though, into the corner. Looked for the space. Definitely space on that left edge once again. The Simbin guy now is back on, but Kobe Nichols back on. But yeah, great kick. And they didn't really attack the ball there. They just went for the repeat set, and I think that'll please Cookie and the coaching team because, like I say, you don't have to score every set.
Build pressure, and when you build pressure, pressure normally turns into points.
It certainly does.
So Rovers 40 out.
Last couple of minutes.
Springer. Knock on there from Gadwin Springer.
Is this a concentration issue, Connor, do you reckon? Or do you think it's just the heat getting to the boys now? Seem to have not completed much in this
You'd like to say it's not a concentration issue, but I think any sort of player, any team that say to you, they don't take the foot off the gas, in my opinion, they're lying to you.
Yeah.
Because the intensity and concentration that the players would have if you're playing York, for example, is not the same as what it is when you're leading by 22 points. So Hunslet, no disrespect to Hunslet, but it's just not, is it?
Yeah, but 22
it's not an excuse.
Is not a winning score. I don't care. I'm a big believer in you 24 plus and you've got a chance, but 22, I'm always on the edge, mate.
Well, if Rovers do not win from 22-0, then Paul Cook certainly justified bringing them in Sunday morning, that's for sure.
He's definitely not getting his lion on a Sunday morning if that happens, is he? Hopefully, Cookie will get you. The boys will get you your lion.
If they do let this lead go, I think I'll go Sunday morning myself to watch it. It'll be good watching that one. Billy Jowett out the back there to Jimmy Watson, and a great tackle there from James Glover on halfway. O'Hanlon there, tackled by Nathan Wild and
tackle.
Josh Hardcastle. Last play, Billy Jowett, right-footed in the air. Gareth Gale looks solid underneath it, and it is. Good chase there from Mackenzie Turner. Mackenzie Turner and Lloyd McEwen Peters pinning Gale inside his own 10. Aekens takes a drive from the resulting play. And there goes the half-time hooter. So Rovers comfortable, leading by 22 points to nil. 5 tries in the first half. A hat-trick from Derell Alfort, a try from Caleb Aekens, and a try from Gareth Gale. Just a 1 conversion from Ben Reynolds, 1 from 5. It's been pure dominance, hasn't it, Jaffa?
Yeah, 100%. The dominance, especially. I think the biggest thing for me in that half was that first sort of 10-15 minutes, the pressure, Rovers kicking into corners, forcing errors, and then capitalising on them errors, and then that game management when Hunslet went down to 12, using that left edge, and that's where Alfort's tries have come from, hasn't it?
It sure has. Well, half time has come at the perfect time for myself because I'm absolutely parched and I've got a dry mouth. So we'll join us back in the next 10 minutes or so. We're going to take a break now. But at half time here at the South Leeds Stadium, it's Hunslet 0, Featherstone Rovers 22.
Well, welcome back to FRTV Live. It's me, Jaffa. It looks like Connor's gone for his drink and he's stuck in a queue for his drink. So you've got me to start off this second half. Hunslet just coming out, but really good start to the first half, and our trial commentary here as well at Hunslet. Once again, big shout out to the guys from Hunslet for giving us a great place to sit and view the game from today. But yeah, Hunslet back out on the field, and it looks like Connor's either got himself his drink or he's jumped out of the queue. Which did you do, Connor?
Both.
Well, all I can say is you went to the low, I hope you wash your hands.
I'm back. Hunslet out early for the second half.
Yeah, definitely. And do you know what, Connor? I think that first half, as you say, the more I've thought about it, the more dominant I've thought. Do you know, Fev have been really dominant that first half. Clay Webb leading the boys out for the second.
Yep, back out for the second half, leading by 22 points to 0. Dominant first half performance from the Rovers. And I guess the key, Jaffa, is just start the second half how we started the first half. Be tough, be aggressive, turn the ball over in the right places, and the points will come.
100%. I think the Rovers, that you could see they were physically bouncing at times, weren't they? Wanting the ball, everybody wants a piece of the ball, and I think that's probably where the errors came from. Everybody sort of trying to overplay a little bit instead of just keeping nice and calm and taking the points when they're there and when they're on offer. Because there's points out there, isn't there? We've left a lot out there so far, 100%. Including from the bolt of Reynolds.
I want us to score again pretty soon, because I think we might have a change of kicker. He gets too frustrated as Ben Reynolds.
Well, Rocky's kicking off anyway, so we'll see, eh?
So Hampshire gets us back underway for the second half. It dropped right in front of Billy Jowett. He had to trap it with his foot before passing to Ethan O'Hanlon.
So I've been impressed with O'Hanlon since he's come on from Hunslet. His leg drive after contact has been really good. I've just put, that's another commentator's curse right there. Just put on him. He's just knocked on.
Next time, once I get the ball, just say every player's been played really well.
He has really impressed me since he's been on, but he proper fronted up and in defence and in attack as he came on in that.
He's not shirked any work, has he?
No, he definitely hasn't.
He's grafted. He has.
But yeah, that's a coach killer, isn't it? Knocking on tackle one. Rovers now attacking the Hunslet line, just 15 metres out.
And I'm sure the message from Kyle Trout, the Hunslet coach, would have been, look after the ball, get to the end of the sets, and then the first set, they cough up possession. Connor Wynne gets the ball from Ryan Hampshire, tries to wrestle in the tackle. He's brought down, 25 out.
Small man syndrome, isn't it, that? Trying to wrestle his way across.
Small man syndrome, I love that. Couldn't possibly comment, me. Hampshire shows it to Springer, goes to Reynolds. Reynolds turns it in field to Clay Webb. Clay Webb steps off one tackle. Can he get over Clay Webb? It's great scramble.
Great scramble defence.
After the initial missed tackle, Jones to Moran. O'Hanlon, quick off the line. Jones.
Nothing Moran
looping
could do there,
pass to Hampshire. Hampshire has to step back in field and then passes to Reynolds. Reynolds to Glover. Glover's found some space. James Glover stretches out. James Glover scores. That's the first try of the second half for the Rovers. It's scored by James Glover, who continues his fine try-scoring form for the Rovers.
Just 2 minutes gone into this second half. Glover took the try really well, like Stretch Armstrong reaching out there, wasn't he?
He was determined, wasn't he?
He certainly was, but it was a bit of a broken play, wasn't it? Because he was set up on the right edge to go right, and then Rocky got caught with the ball, switched it to the left, and a great line there. Reynolds puts Glover through the gap and reached out to score.
There's a lot these days that goes into structures and shapes and plays. It's sometimes nice, isn't it, to see tries scored when you've just played what's in front of you, and that's what it was there. The play broke down in front of Hampshire. He turned it back the other way to Reynolds. Reynolds popped it up to Glover and he just raced for the line, and the way he stretched out for the line there, if that had been me, I'd have dislocated my shoulder, elbow, broken my wrist in 4 places, but James Glover's far more durable than I am, and He
Eyes up
stretches
rugby.
out for the
Eyes up
try.
rugby.
That's exactly what it is. A little bit easier this time for Ben Reynolds, who keeps the kicking tee. And he makes no mistake with this one. And he puts two hands in the air as if to say, and then does a little fist pump to the Rovers fans to say, I'm back.
That's funny. That's funny, is that, Connor? It was impressive. He's got to he's got to realise that he's missed more than he's kicked. That's all I'll say.
He has. Let's hope we score more points so he can redeem himself a little bit. Rovers lead 28 points to 0. Here comes Nathan Wild. Moran just goes up the middle himself, Pat Moran. Springer on the charge. Just goes a metre past halfway, Gadwin Springer. Jones goes to Reynolds. Reynolds shows it to Moran, but then gives it to Nathan Wild again, who's getting through some
Reynolds
work in the
took
middle
off
of
the
the
ball
park.
there.
The penalty's given, and Reynolds' late shot on him.
Wasn't a bad one. It wasn't he didn't take him out as we've seen some this year, but he definitely, it was after the ball. It was late, and quite rightly the referee's given a Rovers penalty 42 metres out.
It was certainly a penalty. I mean, my gripe is just the inconsistency. Sometimes it gets given, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched Wakefield against Hull FC yesterday, and Max Jowett was clattered off the ball in the first half, and there was nothing given. And it's like, well, if you're going to give it one time, you've got to give it the rest, haven't you?
And I think that's what the players want, don't they? The players want that.
100%.
They just want consistency. Talking of consistency, we're on the line again.
So Jones finds Hampshire. Reynolds then finds Glover. The latest try scorer wanting another one. Penalty's going to be reversed, crossing. It did look a little bit clunky, that Rovers attack. My eyes were focused on the ball, so I missed what happened in front.
I think that's another one, Connor, where you talk consistency. One week you'll get penalties like that, the week after you won't. Gadwin, I just think it was a little bit lazy there. He didn't go through the line. That's the thing, isn't it? Now you've got to run through the line and not run into the player. And I think he run into the player and stopped in the line, and the Hunslet player kind of, a bit like McShane did at Wembley, just ran into him.
Yeah. Pretty smart. Billy Jowett's just taken the drive for Hunslet. He's getting through plenty of work. You can tell he's not a halfback, and he's being told to play halfback for the good of the team. But every time he gets the ball, he's trying his best for the team, running well. He wants to be in the centre or at fullback, doesn't he? Not in the half.
Yeah, he wants to be in his normal position, doesn't he? And we've been there, haven't we, this year, early in the season. We were like that. We were playing players in all sorts of positions, sometimes what they've never played before. I remember up at Barra, we had a game there where we were playing people who'd not played in certain positions for years.
Will Jubb in the centre.
Since junior school. Yeah, let's see how we go on this defensive set. 35 out, Hunslet.
So Rugless puts the kick in behind. Reynolds is there. Good positioning from Reynolds, and gives it to Alfort, who's the scorer of a first half hat-trick. Derell Alfort.
Looks like we're having an interchange for Rovers. Springer looks like his stint's done. He's done really well, but it looks like Captain Danny Addy back on the field.
So Addy replaces Springer. Penalty there for the Rovers.
Do you know what? Glover's had a great game so far, hasn't he? Glover's been outstanding on this left edge.
He's just very... I don't know what
he's
the word...
so hard, isn't he? He's so hard to tackle. He's so hard. All arms and legs.
He just keeps going at him. He's not... I mean, he's not small, but he's not exactly a monster, is he? But he just throws everything he's got.
Connor Jones looking for the penalty
there
from
he was. He was trying to win a penalty, but he's made some metres for the Rovers. Reynolds finds Addy. Hampshire gives a short pass to Hardcastle. Rovers 20 metres out. Good leg drive there from Hardcastle. Rovers looking for the second try of the second half. Connor Jones runs down a blind alley a little bit there.
Set up on both edges though here.
Addy at hooker goes to Hampshire. Hampshire finds Connor Wynn. Wynn tackle, 10 out, last tackle.
Webb and Glover's got their arm up there, want they?
Knock on. knock on from Wynn, so Rovers cough up possession and Hunslet get it back.
Yeah, they were set up on this left there. I think Webb and Glover were ready for an attacking kick to the left edge, but as you say, Connor Wynn, as he's getting up to play the ball, loses control. It's the onus on the ball carrier to retain the ball. He puts his hand up though and recognises his error, and now big defensive set. Hunslet bringing the ball out once again. We've said this quite a few times, haven't we, from their own 10.
Connor Wynn playing in the centre. We're used to seeing him out on the wing. He's not really had that much space with the ball, has he? He's tried hard, hasn't he? But it's not quite come off for him in terms of an attacking aspect, has it, tonight?
No, not yet. But there's still still 30 minutes, 32 minutes left of this game, and I'm sure he'll want his name on that score sheet by the end.
And who would bet against it? Prolific try scorer Connor Wynn.
Look at that.
It's a knock on. It's a knock on that. Right in front of us.
The touch judge, but
I'm not sure how the touch judge has missed that one.
Looks like
but they're on the attack of Hunslet, and it's a great pass out wide to Mackenzie Turner, who's going down the wing. He turns it infield there to Lloyd McEwen-Peters. McEwen-Peters is tackled 20 metres out. Good scrambling defence there from the Rovers eventually. Ruggles finds Jowett. Jowett, again, the ball gets to Jowett's hands, and his first thought is to run rather than to create.
Back tackle on the last. That's not a great set.
So Ruggles will take the kicking duties. Turns it infield looking for Jimmy Watson. It's hat to head and then caught by Josh Hardcastle. So Rovers survive that one eventually, Jaffa.
Yeah, credit though to Hunslet there, where it's due. They ripped Rovers right edge up there, didn't they? Straight around the outside of Wynn and Gale, and a great run and break from Hunslet, but. I think that's the problem though, the game management there compared to what our game management in the first half with the on the last tackle, the halfback getting caught with the ball.
So Rovers leading 28 points to 0 here on FRTV Live.
Another 40-20 attempt.
That's a peach, isn't it? I don't think it's going to go out.
It's
going to hang. It's still a good kick, isn't it, when it lands inside the Hunslet 10.
Look at that for a chase. Great chase. Big kick, big chase. That's all you can ask for, isn't it?
So thanks for joining myself, Connor Grace and Ian Jefferson here on FRTV Live this evening. Please do share it. Let's get as many listeners as we can for those not at Hunslet with us this evening. And also, if you're not with us this evening, look out for the match report on the website. Mike Tremlett to my left here this evening. We'll be sharing that match report shortly after the full-time whistle. So Billy Jowett with the kick, looking for a 40-20, just gets a little bit underneath that one. It ends up falling into the arms of Aekens.
Safe hands at the back there.
And then Jowett goes racing at Caleb Aekens. That's probably one of them, Jaffa. I'm not saying it was high or it wasn't, because I can't see it from up here. The referee's got a better view than me. But if the game's more in the balance, that probably gets given, Jaffa, doesn't it?
It does. It certainly does get given. It was reckless. I think it was more frustration that he didn't get the kick out. And he just went in. And if you look where he's gone now, straight away out to the wing, because he's frustrated. You can see he's physically frustrated that his kick didn't go well. Tried taking it out on a player, didn't go right, and he's...
Pat Moran carved through the defence and then puts the pass inside to Connor Jones. And I tell you what, a massive pat on the back there for Pat Moran, because he charged through like a prop forward, but then showed the hands and the composure of the halfback to release Connor Jones. Great play, that, Jaffa.
Oh, wow. What a try. Do you know what? That one is up there, isn't it, with one of the tries for the season for Rovers, I think, just because, as you say, it was a prop forward breaking the line, like it ran like a steam train. But then to turn the ball back on the inside when he's facing the other way, that's a hard pass to make and not go forward. But he came off, and Connor Jones, ever reliable on someone's shoulder, isn't he, Connor Jones, scoring a try. I'd love to know how many tries he's scored from backup play.
Knowing Jonesy as I do, we will have been screaming at Pat Moran for that pass, but take nothing away from the big fella, because that was composure at its best. Charging through the line. Prop forwards aren't used to doing that.
No, like I say, charged it through as a prop forward, passed it out as a halfback.
It looks like he does it every week, Pat Moran. Great play there from the big fella. Of course, extended his loan at the club for a further 2 weeks. from Oldham. So Reynolds, right-footed, straight between the posts.
Tell you something, if I missed that one, you were kicking the next one, Connor.
I'd fancy my chances against anyone. Kicking a goal.
We saw that last week at the home game, didn't we?
I could never tackle, and I couldn't run fast, but I could kick a goal.
Looks like Hunslet having to make a sub there. Player being helped off the field. He looks like he's got his left knee heavily strapped, and it doesn't look well. That doesn't look good, does it?
Well. Yeah, he's walking off the field gingerly there. So Rovers leading 34 points to 0. Connor Jones, the latest try scorer. Two tries at the start of the second half. The first from James Glover, the second from Connor Jones. Both converted this time by Ben Reynolds.
Oh, what a kickoff. That was a wicked bounce. Absolute wicked bounce. They've got the ball back, but what a defence.
The referee's got to say held at some point. He does eventually.
There's not the Hunslet team though. The referee only says held when the Hunslet team put their hand on him. They didn't.
Hunslet caught the ball inside the Rovers 30. Ended up playing it on halfway.
Defence, eh? Right, Hunslet with the ball then. 40 metres out. Let's see what they can do in this set.
So Jordan Syme at dummy half. Gives it to Rugless and then pops the ball infield to Sam Campbell.
They're very slow up playing the ball, aren't they? Is that just the Rovers' defence being so good?
Jowett finds
Could
Watson.
Be a penalty coming here.
Yep, there is. You called it, Jaffa?
Yep.
One of those late shots?
Yeah, I think it was a late, pretty high as well from Addy. Got his tackle technique wrong. He was going down, was the Hunslet player. But I think Addy just mistimed tackle there and Hunslet penalty.
Sam Campbell
again,
on the charge, another penalty. High tackle this time
by Clay Webb, I think. Why, oh why? This is that discipline again, isn't it? And I get it's hot, I get it's hard out there, but these are the silly penalties that you don't want. And the coach killing penalties, because Rovers have been very dominant in this game, and the last thing we need is silly penalties like that.
Lapse of the concentration. I think that's what you've got to put it down to. Lapse of the concentration, but we've got to be better. We can't afford to keep doing them, because we will be punished as the season goes on if we continue to do. Sam Campbell on the charge.
Are they making up for it with a big hit there, though?
He's worked well. He's worked hard as Danny Addy.
Very slow play the ball. What's going on here?
He's injured, yeah. Sam Campbell is down injured.
Another one holding his right knee, this one.
He's had a decent game off the bench for Hunslet as Campbell. Campbell, along with Ho Hanlon, have really tried hard for the Hunslet team off the bench.
Well, that just before half time, that was probably Hunslet's best spell, wasn't it? And that was as they made them subs and brought them to on. So you're right, they did sort of change the game concept of the game, but yeah, this doesn't look very good for the Hunslet player. Campbell, you say, yeah?
Sam Campbell, yeah.
Physio on. Water boys are on, and looks like we're having a little break as we wait for the injury. So the season so far, though, Connor, this game today, like we said at the beginning, it's a massive game for Rovers. This one, in terms of Cookie said it in the week, hasn't it? We're now in the playoffs, and we've got to stay in the playoffs.
100%. That's what we've got to do. To be fair, I mean, that York result aside. And probably the Hunslet game at home, where Paul Cook wasn't happy, we've been pretty good for a long period of time, haven't we? And we've just got to keep building and continue as the season goes on, haven't we?
We certainly have. And a great offer for the next home game as well, with £10 tickets. I think we need to pack out the stadium against London. And let's be honest, I know we've beat London since the London game at the beginning of the year, but we don't half owe London one in the league. So let's £10 a ticket down at the Millennium Stadium, 27th of July. Get your tickets, get yourself down there, pack out the stadium, and let's. The boys deserve that support, doesn't they? Paddy deserves the support. The board, the Cookie deserves that support, and £10 a ticket for professional rugby leagues. Great offer.
And more importantly, Jaffa, the players who are fighting their hardest to keep us in those playoff positions, they deserve the support. They certainly do. So Sam Campbell is helped from the field for Hunslet. Play does resume. And Hunslet are in an attacking position, looking to cross for their first points.
Good scramble defence by Clay Webb there. That's Hunslet's 7th substitution.
Jordan Syme going himself from dummy half. Can he get over? No, it's good defence there from Featherstone. Billy Jowett at dummy half.
22 minutes
Goes
left
long
for one
there
sub.
to Matty Fletcher. Fletcher with a short pass. Syme at dummy half again. Goes to Jowett. Jowett with a miss-out pass.
Good D again. Last tackle.
Syme to Jowett. Jowett going himself. Jowett scores.
Good dummy. Great dummy.
Great work there from Billy Jowett to cross for Hunslet's first try of the evening. And as I said earlier, Jaffa, he's a runner of the ball, isn't he, Jowett? And he proved it on that occasion there. And he crosses for the first try for Hunslet this evening.
Yeah, definitely. Rovers set up for the kick. It was the last tackle, wasn't it? Rovers set up for the kick, and unfortunately for Rovers, they went on the blind side and scored just on the right edge. Ben Reynolds just dropping off the tackle there. Bit of a soft try to concede, really, but realistically, I think it's well deserved because they have fought, haven't they?
So 20 minutes into the second half, and Hunslet have their first try of the evening coming from Billy Jowett, who's going to try and convert his own try.
Hopefully he won't sulk this time. When he came across, he was sulking before because of his kick. He's got his try now. Let's hope he's not sulking now.
He's got his try, and he has a chance to turn 4 into 6.
Yeah, he played well when we was down at the Rovers a few weeks ago, didn't he, Jowett? He had a good game down there, but let's see if we can put the commentator's curse on him here.
He's certainly got some talent.
I think that's the thing with the halfbacks, so they get frustrated if it's not going right. Here he comes. Strikes it
Jowett,
well, but goes to the right.
He's missed
there,
it.
Chucks the kicking tee away in disgust.
He's not happy at that one. Yeah, so 34 points to 4.
Hunslet 4.
So Hampshire gets us back underway. Jowett, the try scorer, underneath that one.
Back line. Ooh.
Hard and direct, straight at Nathan Wild.
Didn't back down though, did he? Didn't back down.
He didn't back down.
Big contact though, that isn't it, off that back fence. Oh, nearly stumbled with the ball. Watson even.
Matty Fletcher tackled 15 from his own line. Syme at dummy half gives it to Harvey Hallis, another player without a number on. Liam Wellham in this right centre also has a shirt without a number on. Here comes the run here from Ryan Hall. Clay Webb dominant in the tackle. Keelan Foster. Hunslet tackled on the last.
No, Pat Moran's made up for that mistake, doesn't he? What he made earlier, he seems to have been all over the field since that.
Billy Jowett's kick straight down the throat of Derell Alfort, who returns with interest.
Definitely returned with purpose there, doesn't he? He's got the Rovers on the front foot on tackle 1, quick play the ball. And looks like Gareth Gale's coming in for a bit of the action now as well. This is what's great, isn't it, about the team this year? Those backs coming in and helping the forwards in this heat as well.
Jones gives it to Glover, who's in from his left centre field. Loves the carry, does James Glover. Hampshire.
Ooh.
Gives it to Aekens. Aekens with a dummy. Aekens attacking the line. He's hauled down there. 15 out by Liam Wellham. Reynolds to Moran. Here comes Addy. Hampshire with a little kick in behind. That's beautiful.
Great rugby league.
Sheer class there from Ryan Hampshire. Time to perfection. A chip kick in behind. And Gareth Gale running onto that one. Caught it. And scored the try. His second of the evening. And Rovers now lead by 38 points to 4 That was all class, wasn't it, from Ryan Hampshire, Jaffa?
It was, and again, something a bit like the last try. It kind of was going out to the right, and unfortunately, it didn't look right. So I looked up, came back to the left. Bit of a suspect pass, I'm not going to lie there, but we'll take it. We'll take them when they come. And then good setup for the try, and what a kick! What a kick into the corner. So again, just eyes up rugby league, and I know Cookie's big on that, isn't he? If you see something, go for it.
Seeing it is one thing, executing it is another.
Executed fantastically there. That's why the 4 points is on the board.
Sure is. So 38 points to 4. Reynolds with the conversion attempt from over on that right-hand side. Well, he's 100% in the second half.
Don't be saying this again. We've been here before.
So Reynolds, never in doubt.
Never in doubt. I'm glad you said that.
Back to his 100% record now, even though it's just a second half. So Rovers bring up the 40 points to 4 over Hunslet. 23 minutes played in this second half, 17 remaining.
We said in the first half, Connor, didn't we? If you're a winger in this Fev Rovers team at the minute, you'd be very excited. Oh, that's a funny kick-off, isn't it?
I'm not quite sure what that was. Anyway, it's been caught by Connor Jones.
Yeah, but we said, didn't we, in the first half, if you're a winger in this Fev Rovers team at the minute, you're looking forward for or looking to get some tries on the board, and that's happened today, hasn't it? Gale in for his second. Alfort's got 3.
Knock on. Error there from Alfort's.
Yep. So, yeah, that's a little bit again. I think we need to stop talking, me and you, because every time we pat someone on the back, something goes wrong.
That's just rugby league for you. So Rovers cough up possession on halfway.
You want some defensive practice. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what we'll put it down to anyway. About 15 minutes still to go then here at the South Leeds Stadium. Yeah, here with FRTV Live, should I say. And hopefully bringing you commentary throughout potentially the rest of the season. Connor, we'll see how we go, eh?
Absolutely. Yep. It is a trial for us this evening. But seems to have gone well so far. Give it a share. Let's get as many listeners tuning in as possible. Hunslet attacking Featherstone. Keelan Foster gets the offload away. Hunslet inside, Featherstone's 20. Jowett again running the ball. A real
trying to take on the line, isn't he, now?
Last tackle, Jordan Syme goes to Ruggles. Ruggles puts the kick in behind. Aekens is there to mop up, but he has to concede a goal line dropout. Smart play from Hunslet, Jaffa.
Yeah, good play. And like we said in the first half of Rovers, sometimes that pressure and building that pressure turns into points. So let's see what Hunslet's got in this set. Obviously, Rovers are going to be trying to just keep it to 1 try today. That points difference come the end of the season could be massive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Rovers leading by 40 points to 4 here, deep into the second half. 13 and a half minutes remaining here at South Leeds Stadium. Reynolds with the restart. Here comes Harvey Hallis on the charge with the ponytail.
Met very well by
Josh
Hardcastle.
Hardcastle. Yeah, great tackle there from Hardcastle. Playing in the back row. And Josh Hardcastle's one of them, Jaffrey, isn't he? You just know what you're going to get from him, and that's 100% commitment, whether he's in the centre or the back row.
Yeah, 100%. He is one of those workhorses, isn't he? He's the Brendan Tutor type a player, isn't he, from years gone by, where he just turns up week in, week out for his teammates. No matter what position he's asked to play, he's there. Great offload.
Great offload by Foster. Hallis again attacking for Hunslet.
But the man himself with his little moustache is there again, isn't he?
Makes a tackle again. Ruggles gives it to Jowett. Jowett taking the line on again. It's the last tackle. Hunslet 5 metres out.
Oh, not much again though at last tackle.
Little
Half back.
chip, scruffy kick at the end there. Caught by Caleb
Caleb's
Aekens,
away.
who launches a counter for the Rovers.
Again though, that's on the last tackle with a halfback. But great effort by...
Good run from Nathan Wild there.
Great effort
in
by
behind the ruck.
Caleb to bring that ball away, and Rovers on tackle 2, 40 metres out.
Here comes Alfort.
Hold the ball. We've got it, yeah.
Pat Moran goes out the back to Hampshire. Hampshire takes a line on direct.
There's a lot more structure to the Rovers play, isn't there, when you're watching this game?
Good defence on that occasion, though, from Hallis. Addy. Look forward. Yeah,
that was a no-look pass. What? I don't even think he knew what were happening there.
No. The referee allows play to continue, but it was definitely forward. Jones gives it to Reynolds. Reynolds with a little reverse kick, looking for Aekens, and Harvey Hallis. Great positioning from the front row forward.
I think
to
it was
deny.
Right place, right time, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, to deny what would have been a certain try there from Aekens. Planned set play it was. Reynolds off the outside of his boot.
Wild pass there from the halfback. Looks like King's warming up, maybe coming on for the last 10 minutes.
They look tired, Hunslet, and understandably so, because they've done an awful lot of defending this evening.
Just put yourself in a Hunslet player's sort of shoes at the moment, or boots, shall we say?
I'd rather be up here, Jaffa, to be honest.
So you're just getting absolutely stuffed, and then King Vuniyayawa comes on the field. 40-20
Great
potentially.
kick from Jordan Syme.
Great.
That's a peach of a kick.
Absolute perler.
Jordan Syme got 13 on his back. Plays in the middle. Playing at hooker.
It was more like a 30-20, wasn't it? It was a great kick.
Absolute
30-10.
Peach of a kick. Not quite 100 metres, is it? The 40 to the 30 metre lines are not quite 10. It's a great kick.
So Rovers need to have a big defensive set here if they're going to hold Hunslet to just the 4.
And that'll probably be the focus now for Paul Cook, won't it? Be squeaky clean in defence and not be sloppy. Penalty for Hunslet.
Again.
Interference at the ruck there from the Rovers.
I think Cook will be a bit disappointed with some of the penalties given away in the second half.
They sure will. So the players should be disappointed as well. Here comes Hallis. Refusing to be tackled there, Harvey Hallis.
Well, it took 4 Rovers men to take him down there.
Syme at dummy half.
Oof, wild.
Billy Jowett with the pass.
Oh, here we go.
Intercepted by Danny Addy. Go on, Danny, just run. Does not want to go the full length of the field, Danny Addy. But he gives it to Alfort, who minds, and Alfort carves down the middle of the pitch. He's going himself. Passes to Ben Reynolds, who's going for the line. He's going to get tackled, is Reynolds. No, he's not. What a finish. What a finish there from Ben Reynolds.
Let's give the try.
Outstanding finish from Ben Reynolds. He finished like a winger. I thought he was going to get caught and tackled at the end there.
I was just watching back play there because Addy got took out off the ball after he passed it, and he wasn't very happy with that tackle. But luckily, he's calmed down now. But he wasn't happy at all there.
Terrific play from Alfort there. Composure to charge through the line, release Ben Reynolds, and let's say Ben Reynolds, he still had to finish that one, didn't he?
He certainly did, and like I say, they broke through the line to Danny Addy. He didn't want to go the full length though, did he? He looked for that support. Alfort's the support runner, and he got sort of cut down very quickly by the Hunslet defence. Good scramble defence, but he looked on his left-hand side, and on his left shoulder was Ben Reynolds, finishing in the corner, as you say, like a winger. But what he's done now, though, he's put himself on the touchline for another a touchline kick.
He has. Well, he needs all the practice he can get based on that first half, doesn't he?
King Vuniyayawa has come back on for Danny Addy now. That's probably with next week in mind, I'd have thought.
Yeah, I think he caught that hit, didn't he? And I think the message is, yeah, let's just get him off and wrap him in cotton wool. He's played well again tonight, as Addy. He was good last week. Will Jubb's coming on as well for the Rovers. You would presume he'll replace Connor Jones. But you never know, because Connor Jones loves a stint in the centre.
What a kick.
Peach of a kick there from Ben Reynolds.
Never doubted him. He looks absolutely shattered, doesn't he?
So Will Jubb has come on for Ben Reynolds, which means that Connor Jones will probably play half-back. So he's taken that kick and gone off the field. I think he's just taken a whack when he's finished that try, to be honest.
Yeah, he looks all right, though, doesn't he? I think, again, it's back to being precautionary. But 46-4. We said, didn't we, as Hunslet was attacking in that last set, what will the reaction be? That's the reaction. We go down the other end and score, Connor. You can't ask for more than that.
You certainly can't.
And that's only the 6th sub for Rovers as well.
So Jones is away from dummy half. He's taken on the fullback. He's taken on Watson, but he's tackled there by Mason Corbett. Rovers now 35 metres out. They were all offside there, Hunslet. Hampshire with a miss-out pass to Wynn. Connor Wynn looking for some space. He's had a quiet game by his standards. Played in the centres, used to playing on the wing. Hampshire gives it to Vunny Ayawa.
There's a little limp away, does Connor there, but it looks like more of a stinger than anything else. He's back on his feet now, which is good to see.
Sure, he'll be fine. He loves an
injury.
He loves a limp. Hampshire. Out the back to
great
Jones.
pass.
Jones to Webb.
Great pass.
Webb bumps off Wellham.
He deserved a try. He deserved a try. So close, Clay Webb.
Tackled inches away from the line. Jones, little kick in behind. It's fumbled by Hunslet, so a repeat set coming up for the Rovers, and they're really turning the screw there, aren't they, Jaffa?
Yeah, certainly are. Feel a bit for the Hunslet defence there. Like I said about 15 minutes ago now, they were on to the last sub was Hunslet, so they're really digging deep here. Credit, they keep going, and you can't knock them for that one. But yeah, Rovers turning the screw now, and to be fair, Clay Webb nearly scored that try there, and nice thought by Connor Jones from half-back, just having that little kick through into the in goal to try and get the repeat set, but knock on by Hunslet. Gives Rovers the ball 10 metres out again. You can see a try coming here, Connor.
You wouldn't bet against it. Will Jubb collects from the base of the scrum, but he's told to give it back to Connor Jones, and we will pat down again. So play does now resume. Aekens.
Like
as
a knife
easy
through butter.
as you like. That was too easy, Jaffa, wasn't it? He didn't have to work at all for that, Caleb Aekens. It was a walking try, not an hand laid on him. Just miscommunication in the Hunslet defence there, would you say?
You probably miscommunication, but I think good set-up play on the left as well. They clearly had something from the scrum. Looked like it was going to go right for the from the scrum, but it didn't. We came left, and it was like a knife through butter, wasn't it? He was right through the line.
It was good shape, but even Aekens was surprised there that it just opened up from him.
Yeah, it opened up, definitely opened up. But again, that's back to that. Hunslet absolutely out on the feet.
They are.
And it looks like Rocky's picked the kick-in tee up, so he's ready to have a go at putting his name on that score sheet.
Yep, Reynolds on kicking duties now that... Hampshire on kicking duties now that Reynolds has left the field. Just 4 minutes remaining in this one. Rovers have hit 50 now. Hampshire can make it 52.
Got it.
He's got it. Good kick
Great
there
kick
from Ryan Hampshire. The Rovers lead Hunslet by 52 points to 4 here at the South Leeds Stadium. 4 minutes remaining in this one.
Rocky wasn't going to miss that. As soon as it left the kicking tee, he started running away, didn't he? He knew that were going straight between the uprights. Do you know what? This second half, this last 20 minutes has been pure dominance, hasn't it? It's like back to that first 20. The first 20, the last 20 of this game has been Rovers all the way.
It sure has, Jaffa. It sure has. It was always going to come, though, wasn't it, if Rovers were patient? Because as the game's gone on, Hunslet have just got more and more tired, and it's just played into Rovers' hands, hasn't it?
It certainly has, yeah. But you've got to give Hunslet credit; they've kept going right to the end, and they've got the reward with the try, didn't they? But overall, I think Rovers have just been they've been the better team by a country mile, haven't they?
They sure have. Jubb. Beckett on the charge, turns in the tackle.
So put yourself in Cookie's shoes then, Connor. Ask you a question. Is this the type of game you want the week before you play Toulouse, or would you rather have a big, hard battle up the middle?
Good question.
Probably.
It's a great
Here
pass
we
there
go.
from
King is on the charge.
King
King is in the
Vuniyayawa.
house.
He gets the offload away to Connor Jones. Connor Jones gets a try eventually.
I didn't think you were going to get that out, Connor.
King Vuniyayawa tried his hardest for Rovers not to score, but eventually offloads to Connor Jones, and Rovers score again.
Do you know what there? King,
second try for Connor Jones.
So, like in the first half when Gadwin broke through the line and he did his 70-metre/20-metre sprint, King, that'll be another one for his highlights reel. Broke the line really well. But he did try his best, as you say, for Rovers not to score. But Connor Jones, he had men on his inside, men on his outside, did King. Didn't go to any of them, nearly got tackled. But a great offload right at the end there sees Connor Jones dive over for his second of the evening.
Rovers leading 56 points to 4. Going back to your initial question, Jaffa, I think it's one of them where, listen, we're in a good spot right now, and the key is it's all well and good having a high intense game and picking up an injury or two, or players playing bigger minutes than they should be doing. I think Paul Cook will be relieved and happy to get through, fingers crossed, with a clean bill of health, so we can attack this week going into Toulouse and put us best foot forward in the south of France next week, I think.
Yeah, I probably agree with you. And yeah, answering my own question, I would agree with that. They want that game where they're going in fresh next week. It's going to be hot in the south of France. It's going to be a big one for Rovers. And as Cookie said last week, now it's not about. We're not playing about now. This is the main bit of the season. Don't know what's going on report there, Connor. Something's going on report. I'm not sure what it is.
Not got a clue.
But no, I think Cookie's going to be pleased with this. And as you say, it doesn't matter if it's Toulouse, if it's Hunslet, whoever's in front of us now. The Rovers, it's all about what we do and how we perform.
Absolutely. So Ryan Hampshire with the conversion there. So Rovers now lead by 58 points to 4. Time for one more to bring 60 up.
Well, we're into the last couple of minutes, so I'm not sure on that one.
Vuniyayawa.
He's off. I thought he broke it again.
Legs pumping from Vuniyayawa. Hunslet are dropping off tackles now.
Oh, hands all over the ball. Sending him back, though. I don't like that. I really don't like that. When a referee stops the game and asks the player to go back.
It is frustrating, isn't it? Penalty there for the Rovers. High tackle
lazy.
on.
Very lazy.
Pat Moran, tired. I think that's the word, isn't it?
Tired, lazy, yeah. And great kick to touch.
Hampshire finds touch, so Rovers will fancy the chances of getting another try and racking 60 up before full time. Win with the tap. Hampshire, long pass to Jones. Jones fancies a hat-trick. Going himself down the middle. He's tackled 20 metres out.
We've got Jones on a hat-trick. Who's going to get it? Going out to Gale's wing.
Hampshire dummies himself. He's going himself. He throws a pass that only ends up in the hands of Mackenzie Turner. So,
do you know, a no-look pass, so if that had come off, that is definitely one for the highlights reel.
Gale was fancying his hat-trick, but Mackenzie Turner was in the way.
We're just waiting for the stoppage time now, Connor. So, any time now, I think we're going to be wrapping up here at the South Leeds Stadium. FRTV live. It's been a great performance by Rovers.
It's as professional, got the job done.
Kicked out their own 10.
Scored 58 points. What would you say, Jaffa? Job well done, on to the next one?
That's what it's got to be. It's got to be job well done on to the next one, mate. That just finishing off for the game there, that was Hunslet kicking from 5 metres away from their own line, landing only 40 metres out, and Caleb Aekens bringing the ball back. Wow. And that's different players, that, isn't it? It's like a rugby union play.
It sure is. So Rovers 10 metres out, looking to finish with a try. Set restart. Jubb finds Hampshire. Hampshire short pass to Hardcastle. Hardcastle charging for the line. Good scrambling defence from Hunslet, who are not giving in. Hampshire. Short pass to Beckett. Great pass there from Ryan Hampshire. Good line from Jimmy Beckett. And Rovers do get 60. Jimmy Beckett under the posts. Dots down. And Rovers now lead Hunslet by 62 points to 4, Ian Jefferson.
Well, I'm running out of paper here, Connor. I'm not going to lie, but I'll run out of paper every single week if this is the score. No, great line there by Beckett. I think the kick from their own 5 metre line with only on tackle 3 or 4. Shows how tired they are. Kicked the ball, kind of felt inevitable that Rovers were going to score. And the great line by Beckett scores under the post. So and Rocky Hampshire knocks the 2 over.
A simple conversion there from Ryan Hampshire. Hunslet 4, Featherstone 64. Deep into stoppage time. Can't be much more left of this one. In fact, the way that Hunslet are walking back to the halfway line suggests that the full-time hooter is imminent.
In the last 2 minutes of the game, though, now they always stop the clock, don't they? So at the moment the clock stopped, which Hunslet won't be happy about. But let's see what type of kickoff this one's going to be. Is it going to be a different kickoff? Because they've varied the kickoffs a few times tonight, and it looks like they're going
definitely
short.
Going short, by the way. Jowett's lined it up.
It's not even gone.
Hasn't gone 10, bounces out. So Rovers get a penalty on halfway.
Don't go for 2 now.
And Hampshire,
Kicked it to
long
touch.
kick,
Wow,
finds
look at
touch.
that.
So Rovers are
Rovers
going
are on
to
the attack again. I might
with
run
a
out of
set
paper.
on Hunslet's line, or at least a play or 2. 64, they're looking for 70. Beckett up the middle, scorer of the latest try.
5 metres away again, Rovers here. Going right.
Jubb to Hampshire. Hampshire with the dummy himself. Hampshire with the try.
Toying with him there, wasn't he? He was toying with all that space he had.
Far too easy. That's a tired Hunslet defence. Ryan Hampshire profits and dots down and even comes in a couple of metres as well to make his conversion attempt that little bit easier. So Rovers now leading by 68 points to 4, and Hampshire has a chance to make it 70 here at the South Leeds Stadium, Jaffa.
Well, on the way across, we were talking how this was a big, important game for us, and it was a tough game in the league campaign. Rovers today, there's the full-time hooter. Rovers today have been absolutely outstanding, especially this second half. That last 20 minutes, they've been absolutely dominant and a well-deserved victory. But on that try, Hampshire, all the space, all the time in the world, that's been coming, hasn't it, from him this afternoon?
It sure has. He's been trying to sneak over for a try all evening. He gets one with the last play of the game, and he has a chance now to make it 70.
Strikes it well.
Strikes it well. The flags go up, and Rovers do get 70. So a professional performance from Paul Cook's men this evening at Hunslet. Final thoughts, Jaffa. Full-time Hooters gone. Rovers win 70 points to 4.
I don't think anybody. We all wanted a big victory, but I think the dominance. That I think the thing that will really please Cookie is that first 20 minutes and this last. We've been ruthless. We've been one of the sort of traits that I think we've had over the years is sometimes we're not as when we need to be ruthless. We're not ruthless. Today we've been absolutely ruthless and dominated from start to finish. Really, Hunslet, credit where it's due. They did keep going. They turned up for each other and had some good players off the bench with O'Hanlon and who else came off the bench? Campbell came off the bench to really try and bolster just before half time for Hunslet. But I think overall, though, the Rovers' performance, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, on to the next one, which is a trip to Toulouse next week. So thanks for joining us here on FRTV Live with myself, Connor Grace, and Ian Jefferson. It's finished here at the South Leeds Stadium. Hunslet 4, Featherstone Rovers 70.